So we are on to our Kickstarter update.
All right, my friends. So this is going to be, I'm going to do my best to get through this and give you, because there's just, I mean, if you remember, there's so many things. In fact, I need to refer to my computer here because I do want to be, there is a, the Kickstarter stretch goals. Mandy, did you happen to put that?
Do you want me to send it to you?
Well, no, I don't need you to do it. I was thinking for our people. That was what I was thinking.
Oh, I can put it in the chat.
I put it in the chat because folks might want to follow a little along with that as we're going forward, and I think it would be marvelous for folks to be able to look at the either the Kickstarter page or the stretch goals page, and of course the Kickstarter page has the stretch goals page right at the top, and the stretch goals page is mostly what I'm going to be talking about because Mandy has all kinds of wonderful slides for us to show. All right, my friends, so let us talk about this. So first and foremost, thank you, because honestly, with basically no conventions for a year and all the craziness that was going on, it was going to be very, very difficult to really sustain Gooey Cube and make more stuff in that time of this COVID, and which I know we're still in, so to speak, but not like it was. Right? You all remember how horrible. Of course, you know, that stretched across the whole year, and last November, of course, we did the Kickstarter, and our goal was to get out as much as possible, really everything, by end of October and be shipping sort of in this November timeframe. And I want to tell you, I appreciate you all very, very much, and with my deepest, humblest apologies, we're going to be late with a few things. But we're also going to do something special for all of you. I know you all know we had never planned to do an interim shipment, but we did do that, and that was at no cost to y'all, and we're going to do another one. We're going to do a second one here. I don't know exactly when. I'll kind of talk through it as we're going through this stuff. But we're going to send you all another shipment of stuff, and not just our domestic U.S. people. All of you wonderful people in Europe, we're going to pay for it. We're going to send you an interim shipment. So this is our thank you for your support and for helping us out and for doing this and making all of this new product and material possible, because it would not have been possible without you. And I'm sorry that we're a little late. There are good reasons for it. It is not because we are just slacking over here. The first quarter of the year, first 4 months of the year, because of the whole situation, which just bled into with, you know, COVID and all of that stuff, our company was extraordinarily busy. You remember, Camera Mandy?
Yeah. There's all of the projects that were put on hold for COVID, for the other side of our business, the marketing side, they have come due, if you will.
It was insane, that first 4 months. And
then in the summer, we hit another 2 or 3 months of just nonstop project after project after project.
Yes, and of course, for all of you who know us, right, our marketing company really is what makes Gooey Cube possible, because none of us are paid by Gooey Cube. Literally every dime that you have sent to us has gone either into making new products or to shipping stuff. So that is where the money has gone. And so our marketing company is what sort of funds it. And so we have to kind of take care of that, right? It's sort of the goose that lays the golden egg, if you will. I don't know how many golden eggs it lays, maybe silver. Maybe we get a little silver egg now and then. Anyway, so
it's golden because it's so much fun, it's a marvelous project to get. All of us love working on Gooey Cube.
Yeah.
It is so much fun.
Yeah, no, it is wonderful, and you make it wonderful, truly. So I do apologize for us being late, but we are not going to be late with everything. In fact, we're going to be on time and shipping a lot of stuff here to you on top of what we've already done. And I hope that makes you happy. I hope that puts a smile on your face, because this is not something that was planned. It's not something that you paid for. It's something that we're going to pay for, and I hope that gives you the. Hey, these guys are all right. They aren't, one of those Kickstarter dirtbags. I never want you to be called a Kickstarter dirtbag. What a terrible name. You know what I'm talking about, Camera Mandy?
Yeah, I've heard this. I've heard the horror stories.
All right, my friends. Now, oh God, I've backed a couple that still, years later, have never delivered. Never. That will never be a problem with us, my friends. That is a promise on my life. All right. So, round one. This is what we've already done, and if you are domestic, it is what we have shipped. So if you ordered,
I did not put these in order. Sorry. It goes darkest dream, coldest of blood, and fellest of spirits.
Camera Mandy, I thought you were a pro.
I have failed on the first slide of our
pro. So all of you domestically who have ordered, and if you ordered Chapter 1, Chapter 2, Chapter 3 physical, and by the way, all of this stuff you should have digital copies. If you have not gotten digital copies, something got messed up, you need to send us an email to Book of Knowledge. Book of knowledge at gooeycube.com, and we will rectify the situation immediately. That's you European people, you Australian people, you Canada people, you US people, that's everybody, right? People down in Mexico and South America, that's you, right? It's all of us, right? All you people in the Far East, it's you, yes. Near East, you, yes. Africa, yes, it's you, right? All the strange islands and interesting places all over the world, it's you. All right, there we go. And no, they're not in this order. This is out of order. Yes, Camera Mindy.
Yes, I'm sorry. 1, 3, and 2.
1, 3, and 2. So chapter 1 is the darkest dream. Chapter 2, the foulest of spirits. And chapter 3, the coldest of blood. You should have received these already if you backed them and got them in the Kickstarter. And unless you are international. International we will talk about in just a moment. You will be getting these here soon if you are international and you ordered physical. All right? Let's keep going. You also would have received The Weirded World, which is chapter 1 of the Cyclopedia Zyathé. So this wonderful tome gives all the creation lore and a lot of the background stuff for all the continents and all of that. And you also should have received this, both in digital and physical format in round 1. Again, if you did not, and you ordered it in the Kickstarter, make sure you come and talk to us. By the way, quick little important interruption. If your address has changed since you put it into the Kickstarter, we need to know that, or we will send your stuff to some place that you don't live anymore. So please, 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 if you've changed your address, don't go in the backer kit and update it there. I don't even trust that. Send us an email to bookofknowledge@gooeycube.com and say, my address has changed. Help me, please. This is my name. This is the email that I bought the Kickstarter stuff under or pledged under. And here is my new address. Because we don't want to send your stuff, especially if you live in Europe or Canada, we don't want to send it to a bad address. So please, please, please update your address. So in round 1, you should have gotten this as well. So this, right? And you should have also gotten the character folios. So if you backed at different levels, you got character folios for free, that kind of stuff. You should have also gotten these. All right? Again, if you did not, if you're international, obviously you didn't get anything. But if you're domestic, you should have gotten these as well. So that is round 1, right, Cameron? Was there anything else on round 1?
No, that's all. I do have a question.
Oh, also, yes, please.
I'm very
Yes, ask questions, my friends.
They're
ask
all
questions.
Talking about how I'm a cyborg.
A cyborg.
Yes, because of the way I did the numbering on the books.
I am Kamramandik.
Yes,
I am the
exactly.
cyborg.
But like a very human-like cyborg. Okay, but also we have a question. I got books at Comic-Con but didn't get PDFs of them. Should I email Book of Knowledge too?
So we sent emails out to everyone at the cons. It might have gone to your spam folder. Excuse me. It might have we might have screwed up and not gotten you one. So if you check your spam, make sure you didn't get something from us. And if you didn't, then please absolutely bookofknowledge@gooeycube.com. Hey, can you help me out? Didn't get my digital copies from the con. Because always when you purchase physical from us, you always get the digital. All right? Round 2. Thank you, Camera Mandy. So round 2 is the second round that we did the interim shipment for that was not part of the Kickstarter. So if you were domestic in round 2 and you pledged these in your Kickstarter, the West Verdestia tome, which comes with the West Verdestia map, as well as the West Verdestia map pack, if you pledged for those, you should have gotten those already, as well as your digital components, unless you are international. If you're international, these will also be coming to you soon. Exciting. For the interim shipment for our international folks. All right. So also, wait, go back real quick, Camera Mindy. If you did not, one thing that would help us, if you want to add to your pledge, like maybe you were going through the backer kit or whatever and you missed something that you're now going, oh gosh, I wish I would have gotten that. It would be wonderful, especially if you're international, if you could order those before we ship out your stuff so that we could include it, because it's cheaper to put it all together in a couple of boxes than it is to ship it individually. And of course, for you who are international, you know how ludicrous it is to ship, a $50 item that weighs 3 pounds, 4 pounds. It's just silly. So if you can help us with that, and you want, and by the way, the map packs are magnificent, right? That map we just looked at with Republic, that's 8 poster maps that make up the entire West Verdestia. It's fantastic. And of course, West Verdestia, which was supposed to be a 275 200, 300 page book, something like that is 350 plus pages. You know, we're the only people who add stuff to our deal.
That's the other reason why we're late on everything.
No, and the Westford SD is marvelous. It's got first contributors are in there, and we have people who, some of our community. And that is another reason that we're a little late, is we're kind of learning our way through here about how do we work with multiple community members who maybe aren't necessarily professional writers, but they're good writers and they're making cool stuff. But, you know, how do you edit them, and how do you all the processes, we're kind of finding our way on this. And so please do forgive us for being a little tardy on this. We're not going to be that tardy, I promise. All right? So second round, you should have also gotten the Gooey dice. First set ever. We only made, I think, 2,500 sets. We will never make more of them. So if you are one of those crazy dice collector people, you never know. Put it on the shelf, right? Let's see what happens. And of course, this has the Arch D4, which is that wonderful D4 that if you step on it, it doesn't kill you, right? You don't take 25 hit points of damage, all that kind of stuff. And it's got the Gooey cube on the 20-sider. It's got the Gooey cube on the 6-sider, and inside the 6-sider is this little skull. So it's got some real cool stuff, and they're pretty. They're really, really pretty dice. I know a lot of people have gotten them and really enjoyed them.
They're wonderful.
Also, any T-shirts that you might have ordered, got Goo, or something Gooey this way comes, or whatever, you should have gotten those as well. So this is that interim shipment round for domestic that what did we send it? Maybe a month ago, cameraman. It was before the cons, right?
Yeah,
so
I think it was
a month and a half.
Time has no meaning anymore. We don't know.
All right. And then...
Wait, why is that there?
Because you recognize that it was in position 2, not in position 3.
This is definitely supposed to be chapter 4.
You don't have a picture of chapter 4?
You know
Our
what?
marvelous chapter 4?
You know what? Just give me a second, guys.
Okay, here she goes. This is called Camera Mandy's quick paste, and I'm supposed to keep you all happy and comforted while she is doing this, so we can show chapter 4.
Everyone's saying they really appreciate that you are your dedication to producing awesome content and caring for. Well, I'm not going to read the end of that because it's. He says, lowly community members. You are not lowly community members. You are amazing. You are what keeps us going. You have no idea the posts that you make, the messages that you send, the emails that you send, the positivity of this community, the kindness of this community, the passion of this community. It fuels, me. I'm having a bad day, and all of a sudden I read a few things and I get a couple messages, and all of a sudden I'm not having a bad day anymore. I mean, it's just, you all have no idea how amazing and wonderful this experience is for us in terms of working with you and bringing your stuff to the world, bringing your things to this. It is, and combining it with our things. I've got a lot of love and sweat and tears in this thing as well. And Jim comes up with this goofy thing called Camera Mandy's Practical Parasols, right, or whatever the hell the name of that thing. I say hell, my bad. Whatever the heck that thing was. It's marvelous, right? It's wonderful. So, look at Camera Mandy. Look at how quick she is. This is chapter 4. Chapter 4 should also have been included in round 1 for you domestic people. If you ordered it as part of your Kickstarter pledge. Now again, all of you, domestic or international, in round 1, you should have gotten digitals of all of these things, except for the dice and the shirts, because we didn't make digitals of those. That wouldn't make sense. Right, Camera Mandy? That wouldn't make sense at all. Camera Mandy is texting someone right now. No, I'm just letting the chat know that I'm going to answer this or ask this question.
Okay, go ahead. Yes, do it.
Is there anything in the Kickstarter that I didn't buy at Gen Con with the Big Con package? If so...
No, and actually, of course, because that big Gooey bundle, you also got a free set of Gooey dice. But there are more things in the Kickstarter that are not produced yet that we are about to talk about. I think you're going to be blown away. I cannot tell you how excited I am for the materials that are coming. So again, in round 1, you should have got digital copies of all of these things we've just shown you, as well as, if you live domestically, this was actually the interim shipment, right, Camera Mandy? So this is all the stuff we just sent out.
Yeah, so all of this stuff you should have. So next up is round 3.
So this is round 3. So my friends, round 3 is the second unplanned interim shipment, and it is going to include not just our domestic friends, but also all of you internationally. And we want to there's 50-some people internationally who backed us. And I want to tell you how much we appreciate you. And, we threw some extra things in there to help you, but I also know how much you pay extra for this shipping. And it is a lot. And it is an extra commitment on your part, and it is not lost on us. And I hope you've already been pleased with the digital materials that you've got, but I hope also that when we get you these physicals, that you're going to be even more excited and pleased. And I do want to give a moment shout out to Ben and to Tyrone, who both have been trying to help me find a better solution for international stuff. And we're working on that so that we don't have to pay so much for shipping. And I also have some friends I'm talking to in the industry that might be able to help us with this as well. But I want to thank you for doing that, but we're not going to do that with this one. We're going to send these out. Okay, so we're going to get them to you. So I hope that puts a big smile on your face. So this is round 3. Question, Camera Mendy?
Yes. It was pointed out that at the cons, chapters 4 and 5 are not available for pre-order.
They are,
they are
now.
Okay.
Chapter 4. So if you are on the mailing list, you just got the newsletter yesterday, and it is the first time we have announced it, that you can purchase a number of these things for pre-order, which includes Chapter 4. Not Chapter 5, not yet. We're getting there, right? But the West Verdestia book and the West Verdestia map pack, these things are all available, and then we are working on a number of other things. But let's do round 3 real quick so everyone knows. I'm sorry, go ahead, Kim.
I'm making sure that question is answered, because they asked what was not ordered in the Gooey bundle.
Chapter 4 was not in the Gooey bundle. That is correct.
At the cons.
At the cons. That is correct.
And Chapter 5.
And Chapter 5 not. Yes, of course.
But we're getting to all this stuff. Okay, so here's round 3.
So East Verdestia, we are very excited about. I'm doing final edits right now with the help of Kaya and with the help of AJ and with the help of Ali and with the help of Elle and a number of other folks who are diving into this manuscript and getting it finalized. There's a ton of artworks that have been made. I've posted some of them in the Gooey Den. I know some of you have seen them. And I can't wait for a number of others. Worm Death Chasm is being illustrated, and I'm so excited to see that final illustration. There's some, New Alden, which I put up an image for. I mean, there's just a lot of really the Torrent of Thunder. There's some wonderful imagery that's going to be in East Verdestia that I think you're going to love. And of course, the tales are marvelous. Now, I will tell you right now that I'm kind of freaking out because right now the manuscript is a little longer, a few pages longer than West Verdestia.
So let me get this straight. So not only was Coldest of Blood, Foulest of Spirit. No, what's the one? Dreadmist Curse.
Dreadmist Curse.
Like a third longer than it was.
Yeah, it was huge, but that was.
And then West Verdestia, you added like 100 pages.
50, 60 pages.
And then East Verdestia,
50, 60 pages. The thing is, here's the thing,
The thing is
things need to be good enough. They need to be as good as they can be because that's
Agreed.
why we do this, right?
Everyone says quality. They want the quality. They'd rather have the quality. 100%.
You are right. And it is better for your players. It is better for you. And I hope this is one thing that I've been getting a lot of feedback, but I really want to underscore this. I hope that you, as a game master, when you are reading these materials, that you are enjoying that read. Because that is one of our main goals, is to entertain you first, because you deserve it.
Also, this means that Goo Morning Zyathé is just going to keep going forever because we have so much
material. So much stuff.
Okay, but let's keep going on this because we are at 11:30.
Oh, I'm so sorry we're running so long, my friends. So these are 2 of the side quest adventures. Both of them are have been actually proof printed and are getting ready to actually be production printed. So Strangely Gooey Holiday and Menace in the Mist will be out in round 3. So you're going to get these, physical and digital. And yes, our goal is to have you have Strangely Gooey Holiday before the Christmas season. Because I do think that your players are going to love this. As I mentioned earlier, John helped with Menace in the Mist, did a wonderful job there, and Marvelous Rob took this goofy idea that I had and some artworks and a Christmas song, right? It was the night before Winter's Dance and All Through the Tower. I don't know, something like that. Anyway, it's a good little poem, right? And he took that and a few sort of pieces of artwork and really made it sing. It's a wonderful, humorous little adventure that takes place in the depths of Alphinius and Ms. Goo's basement, where you have to retrieve the cursed Winter's Dance decorations. Yes, it is good. I think it will make your players laugh. It is pretty fun.
Everyone says Miss Goo forced you to wear the hat.
So this is actually Photoshop. So I have never worn this hat in my life.
Oh my God.
Also, these are out for production, which is wonderful. This is the deck of Perilous Fortuity. And again, as is our pattern, I have to add things to things all the time. According to the production people, we have 72 cards that go into the box. And since there are only 65 cards in the deck of Perilous Fortuity, Stephen and I got together and we're going to add a few little extra cards which might be able to play into future games that as people make up games, because this is what's going to happen with this deck, right? It's got 5 face cards, it's got 4 jester cards, it's got the fool card, and it's got nubs to tens, no aces, right? That kind of thing. People are going to make up games that are going to go with this wonderful deck. And so if you order the 2-deck set, that is the red and the green, and those will be coming also in round 3. And if you ordered if you were one of the pledge levels, you also are going to get the special limited edition that will never be produced again, antiqued deck of Perilous Fortuity. So that is also coming out in round 3. Oh, and this is very important, international people. All the stuff from round 1 and round 2 that hasn't been shipped to you is also going to be included in your shipment. So don't think you're just getting round 3, you're getting round 1, round 2, and round 3, any of the materials that you've already ordered. So I hope that makes sense. This is the preview of 3 races that were promised as part of the stretch goals. This is the Skundrus, which are the people of Malathuk. Wonderful lore, great character, great player race. I think your players are going to go gaga. The Fazud, which are the intelligent undead, which are also a playable race. And no, they are not restricted to being bad guys. They can be really good guys. Wonderful, wonderful little character thing going on there. And then the Inzandra Oz, which are the construct race. So Marvelous Corey is helping us with these. And this is actually going into our strategy for creating races in the future and giving them different attributes, which I think you're going to really enjoy. So these are also in round 3. Keep going, Cameramandy. The 2 special item cards decks, if you, depending on where you pledged, you either get 1 of these or 2 of these, or I think it's only gold or platinum get these. But depending on where you pledged, you either get 1 or 2, 0, 1 or 2. And they have all been created, and the only thing we have to create is the cover sheet. We send them off, and we're going to get them printed. So these are done, and these will be in round 3. The Flowlock Fusilier. Yes, so we promised that we would provide this marvelous class a little ahead of time, and we are going to do so because we want you to see this. This is actually one of the classes that will appear in the Cyclopedia Magica. The Fusiliers are a marvelous class, unique to Zyathé. We think you're going to love them. And this will also be produced and sent out to you in round 3, domestic and international folks. What else, Cameramandy? Oh, and all the artworks. Yes, we've been promising the artworks, yes? So all of the artworks that came as stretch goals that either you get in digital or physical format or both, you'll be receiving those as well. And there's some really wonderful portraits and imagery there, and they're a little fun, you know, for you to just kind of spice up your game. Cameramandy's Scenescapes. Go ahead, Cameramandy. This is your dance.
Okay, yes. I will do these. I have like over 40 of them. We're going to be putting them out in, we'll do like 5 at a time because there's so many of them. And I do have them all started.
Yeah, she's really,
I have
beautiful.
The whole playlist. I have the playlist. I have a lot of them started animating. It's just I have to find the time to sit down and polish them and finish them off.
It is a lot of work. Yeah. And I kind of piled on Cameramandy with these, frankly, because I wanted them for me.
Yeah, so there's like 40 of them. And like, you know what, some of them may be a little bit different. Like the Cavern Collection, for instance, I don't even know that we have 4 cavern arts yet.
I'll get them for you.
Yeah, so there's things those things we're still working on.
But they will be deployed on the website, and anybody who ordered these will get the code, the password, and you'll be able to access them on the Gooey Cube website. That is how you're not going to be able to download these, right, Cameramandy? These are just played through our player. Right?
Yeah, due to the licensing on the music, they have to stay within our website. We can't distribute them like on a DVD,
yes.
Due to how the licensing works with the music.
Yes. does.
But
the player will enable, you can play it in the background.
Yes,
it's not
absolutely.
like it's not like it's not going to be easily used.
We're going to make sure that it's really user friendly, and I mean, I'm going to put like a playlist of them, so that way if you just want to listen to them while you're like working on something, you can just press play and listen to them.
Or if you want to listen to them while you're playing your game.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
So,
and she's put these wonderful graphics over the top. They're really wonderful. I hope you all see, we tried so hard to give you tremendous value for backing us up. Yeah. I hope you see this.
Yes. All right, next up.
So,
and lastly, I think on this.
So this is chapter 5. Now, I want to give a caveat to this. We are going to try to get this out in round 3. The maps are all completed for most of this. Much of the artwork is already completed. The dungeon itself and the materials and the areas, for the most part, have already been written, but they need extensive additional work to them. And there is no Game Master's reference. So we are going to try to get this out in round 3. However, we also, as I noted, want to try to ship a lot of this stuff before the Christmas holiday. So I want to tell you that Spawn of Zanvichu is on the fence as to whether it will make round 3 or not. This is chapter 5. I will tell you, I think this is a spectacular adventure. It is our first real major dungeon crawl that we have done. We've done some smaller dungeon crawls, but this is a big dungeon crawl, and it has got some wonderful lore associated with it that goes back to chapter 4. It's got a lot of forward-facing mystery, and it's just again, I don't want to tell spoilers.
Yes.
So we are going to really push to get this one out. I don't know if we're going to make it. If it doesn't make it in round 3, it's going to make it in round 4. And round 4 will be the final fulfillment of everything. Oh, Harry's STL Files. If you ordered Harry's STL Files as part of your pledge, we are going to include these in this round. So you'll be getting them in your account. You'll be able to upload them, download them, and all that kind of stuff, and then print away. Just don't print this thing. Do not print this. Do not paint this. I don't want to see this thing in the Gooey den. I can just see it now. Chris Hood's going to paint like 6 of them and put them up in my face. Anyway, this thing, it's an abomination.
It's a beautiful it's a bonnet-nation.
Bonnet-fation.
Okay.
Oh God, that was awful.
You know what? Keep going.
I know we're getting so long. I apologize. Almost done. Yeah. Almost done, my friends. Almost done.
Okay.
And cameraman, maybe we should do this. When you post this up, why don't you post up both so that if people just want to look at the Kickstarter update, they can just look at the Kickstarter update. Let's do that.
Okay. Round 4.
Round 4. All right. So wonderful Keith is helping us with Legends, Lore, and Libations, which is one of the stretch goals, and it is fun. It is a little tour of the Republic. We were originally going to go bigger, but the book was going to get ridiculously huge. It's going to look like West Fredestia. So this is a sort of a black and white travel guide told from the perspective of a certain character. I'm not going to go too much into it, but it's got a wonderful start. It's been well outlined, and a lot of it started to be filled in, but it's got a little ways to go. And it's going to have some cool artworks. It's going to be all black and white. It's going to have smudgy pages. I think you're going to really enjoy Legends, Lore, and Libations. The Glooming Doom. So the Glooming Doom, Adam helped us with this, and this is very much an eldritch horror tale taking place in the Gloom Port. So the Glooming Doom has been fully written, Game Master's book as well as the adventure guide, but we need to still do some artworks for it. We need to do a map for it, and so there's some more work, and it needs some editing by yours truly. Not a lot though. Adam did a real nice job, but it does need some there's a few things, but it actually has had a play test, and we're pretty excited about it. Again, this is pretty eldritchy horror. This is kind of lose your mind kind of thing. It's pretty fun. So we'll see how people respond to it. A little different from most of our other adventures. So I'm excited to see what people do. This is James and James, who are helping us with The Witch's Wrath. They are trying to have Game Master's book and adventure book done here by the end of the month in terms of the manuscript. We've got some artworks for this already done. We've got more that we're going to be working on here soon. And I think for some of you, this will be a very interesting side quest if you choose to sort of bring it into the adventure.
Oh.
Skipping back, The Dead and Fallow. So I'm pretty excited about this adventure. It began with Alexander and me sort of talking about the Vile Desolation and all of that stuff, and then I had this crazy idea for a fallow, and Alexander really liked it, but he was helping us a little bit with the Vorta Malu, so we passed this to John, who had done such a marvelous job with Menace in the Mist, and we're gonna be seeing this manuscript go forward. But this is your adventures go to the Bundelun, and they go to the Borderland Keeps. And this Borderland Keeps is right on the edge of the Vile Desolation, and then they are requested to infiltrate and go into the Vile Desolation. And so it is kind of a stealth mission, and it's got all kinds of wonderment to it that I think, again, this is one of those creepy ones, right, that really give you the chills up your spine. I think you're going to love it. I love the start for it. I love the tale that we've kind of established and how it goes and how different ways it can branch. I think you're going to really enjoy the Dead and Fallow. And the last but not least, okay. So one of the things that I discovered is that these city maps take a long time. So most of you who follow us in the Den, the Darkenhaven city map is virtually complete. 6 poster maps showing the whole city. It is beautiful. It is amazing. We have book 1 of the Darkenhaven city is manuscripted. Book 2 is being worked on, as is book 3. And we have a number of artworks already completed for this, and we have more that we are working on. And so the city of Darkenhaven is coming along nicely, and we are in a pretty good position to get this thing out relatively soon. I don't want to promise a date yet. I will make sure I communicate that with you all as we go forward. The Gloomport is a little more of a beast because it's actually 9 poster maps. We have 1 of them fully complete. We have 3 of them that are nearly complete, and we are working on the other 5. Goodness gracious. We have not begun on doing a whole lot of manuscripting yet of book 1, 2, or 3 in the Gloomport. It is the one we determined that we were just going to set it aside for a little bit to get all this other stuff out, and then we'd hit this thing really hard. So that is that the last of it, Cameron, from the...
Let me check.
I think that was the last, right? Oh yes, yes, goodness gracious. Everybody's been asking me about Magicka. So this is Magicka. This is the Power of the Zyanthus, and I am supposed to see the final unedited manuscript at the end of the month, early part of next month. And we have a lot of artwork that we've already done for this. We have a lot of concepts. This has got some new classes. This has got some new spells, Technic Artificetry. I mean, it's wonderful. But it's definitely going to take a little longer than we expected. And again, I don't want to promise a date, but I can tell you that it's a darn sight down the road, ready to go. So, Cameramandy, I think that is it. I'm feeling guilty because we went so long, but I know people wanted this information, so I wanted to make sure that we got that to folks.
We have one more question. Any news on the faux leather version?
So there's 2 things that are going to happen with the few people that got the faux leathers. And if you want to get one of those, if that's something that's in your mind, we need to get an email from you soon because they're very expensive. They have to be made all at once, and they're going to be real special. I'm really excited to have a copy myself. I'm doing those along with the limited editions. I think I'm going to be able to make it work to do a limited edition cover of West Verdestia, a limited edition cover of East Verdestia, and a limited edition cover of the magic of the Power of the Zyanthus, Cyclopedia Magica Volume 1. And so I'm going to do all of those at the same time. They will not come in round 3. They will come in round 4. All right.
A couple more questions. Will Chapter 4, Menace in the Mist, and A Strangely Gooey Holiday be available to purchase at Gamehole Con?
They will not be available at Gamehole Con, but they will likely be Chapter 4 will be. Yes, correct, Cameramandy?
No. Oh, wait.
Chapter 4 will be, yes. Strangely Gooey Holiday, I don't think we'll have.
I should probably grab a Chapter 4.
Yes, you should. Yeah, I don't know if we'll have I don't know if we'll have, it's kind of a pre-order. We won't have the physical there, but actually we're doing something different at Gamehole Con anyway. We're going to offer these convention deals, but we're going to ship them to you. Because one of the complaints that we have is that if you buy the Gooey bundle, you have to carry it around, right? And it weighs like 25 pounds.
And I have a very bad back. I just did not.
So we've never tried this before, so we're going to see how people respond to, instead of being able to walk away right there with something, that we promise that we're going to ship, very quickly right after the convention. And we'll see how people respond to that. You'll still get the great convention deals that we offer everybody who buys at a convention, but we'll see how people respond to sort of the virtual purchase and then the shipment.
Okay, more questions. Should we email bookofknowledge@gooeycube.com for the leather and limited edition prints?
Yes, please do. Please let us know. And we're going to be sending out emails about this too. We're not going to put you in a hole. So just watch our emails, and please try to make us not part of your spam. I know it's kind of a pain, this thing, because sometimes you get tired of people emailing the snot out of you. But if you can try, we will try to be respectful of your email box. I promise. We'll give it our best.
If nothing else, just the newsletter will have, we're trying to get everything to just be in the weekly newsletter with a few other emails going out here and there.
Indeed.
Okay. Will the PDFs be sent before the physical shipment of round 3 items?
Yes, probably in the same time frame they'll be deployed. We have to put them on the website. We have to make sure all the accounts get populated, all that kind of stuff. So it is some work too, but as they have done before, they will likely be out before the shipments begin.
Yep. I think that's all for now.